about that is make it hurt.
Oh, woo! Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. Let's go. Shoot, is it Sunday yet? Is it Sunday yet? I mean, are we playing, or do we have to wait? I mean, is if you ever played football before, then you know the feeling. You know, the night before or the day of, you just can't sleep. You can't function right. If the game is at 3:00, you want to be at the stadium by 9 in the morning. I mean, y'all forgive me today. I may not have the right verbiage or the right, I may seem a little off. It's not that I'm off. It just feel like I'm playing. I'm sorry. Welcome everybody once again to the one and the only. This is the Big Time Show podcast that is being seen and heard live right now on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch. Very soon, we'll be adding in the NBGN TV network as well. Very soon, if you were with me last night, then you already know what I'm talking about. I've already explained it. If you haven't seen it from last night, why don't you go back on my page, YouTube page, or my Facebook page, and hear the great news that I shared last night with anyone that would listen about the show. I'll sum it up in two sentences. One, the Big Time Show is now on a national platform. That's number one. Then number two, through my show and many others that will be on the network, we are going to help people. And really, let me reverse that. Really, that is number one. That we're going to help people, number one. You go back to the video, it explained it all. Then number two, because we are on a national platform, we'll be able to reach over 87% of North American homes for those that has the ability, if those would download our app, free app, and watch all of the shows. It will be seen on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Spotify, all those, smart TV apps that you can watch stuff. So I'll be in there. Soft launch begins on January 29th. In the meantime, since I'm there, look right above my left shoulder. You'll see the logo there. If you want to download and help your boy out and help this channel out, just go to that logo that you see there, NGBN NGBN.TV. That is the app. You can download it there in advance. Soft launch will begin on January the 29th, where yours truly will lead off the first show, live show, that will be on the day launch, the night launch of the program. So it is going to be incredible. I'm looking forward to that. But today, not the 29th. Today is the 13th, and we all know what's on the line beginning tomorrow. No disrespect, of course, to the teams that are getting ready to play now. It's just that the big time show comes on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. And to be perfectly honest with you, I could care less about who playing right now. I could care less. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, again, really, no disrespect, but I guess in a sense it is disrespect. Like, why you got to put your show on? Why my team on? Well, first of all, you don't need to be watching me if your TV, is on your team. I ain't even looked at the chat group, but I'm looking to see if I see somebody in here that don't supposed to be here because your team is on. Y'all already know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about. So if you're on here, because I wouldn't be watching nobody if my team was on. If anything, I might be watching a watch party, maybe. And that won't be for long. I'll just pop in and support the guys and all that kind of stuff. That's what I would do. But I wouldn't be on here this whole whatever. Because my team on. And I ain't looked yet. I'm about to look and speak to everybody in just a second. I'm getting ready to look. I want to know, if your team, if you're a Cleveland Brown and a Houston Texans fan, your eyes should be glued on your TV, giving 100% support to your team. You ain't got no business on no Dallas Cowboy podcast show trying to hear something about Cowboy news. But I got a feeling in just a second that I'm going to look and see. I hope I'm wrong. But let's just see if I'm right about the situation. All right. Let's see. Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Let's look and see. Here I go. Let me see if I'm wrong. Greg Davis, what's up? Metris, what's up? Big Joe from Italy, what's going on? Aram, what's up? Let's see. Mr. James, how you doing, sir? Octavius, what's up? Rom, yes, sir. Duke, how you doing, Duke? What's going on? Let's see. Greg again, what's up? King, what's going on? Joe again, what's up? Alan, I see you over there on Twitter. Justin, what's up? Well, I'm wrong. Okay, so with the ones that I see here, I noticed that a certain individual is not here. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna call his name. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. If I had seen this dude in here, I would have said, good Lord of mercy, why are you here? Why, son? Why, son? I call him son. That's on. Now, I ain't gonna say his name, Joe. Y'all say it. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know, I'm trying to get him since I'm national, and I did say yesterday. I did say yesterday that and I've said this all the time. I've been doing it for a while. Y'all have heard me say, "Hey, this is our show." Okay? Y'all heard me say that. I mean every word of it. Y'all know how I treat y'all. Y'all know I don't treat you bad. Hey, nice fab. What's going on? I appreciate it. Y'all know how I treat y'all. Y'all know I don't try to badmouth nobody. I don't do no blocking and all that kind of stuff. I don't do all that. I let everybody have they say. But the young gentleman that we talking about, see, when I said it yesterday, I said, hey, when I go national, we all go national. I meant that. One of my old time friends in the building. TK in the building. What's up, TK? I see what you said. I don't know, TK. You know I'm an honest Cowboy fan. I hope we there, but here's the thing. I need you to understand, TK. Just make sure y'all there. Okay? Playoffs is a strange thing. We done seen it for years. That's all I'm gonna say. If we're there, just make sure y'all are there. And if y'all are there, then hey, and we're there. I ain't finna say we finna ram shot, run shot over everybody. I'm a realistic Cowboy fan. I've been watching football a long time, and I know how this thing rolls. Somebody will get upset in these playoffs this year. It's gonna be a team that you don't expect to lose, and it don't make no difference if they're at home. It don't make no difference if they're favored by Vegas, all that kind of stuff. Somebody ain't gonna make it. I'm serious now. It's rare when the number one seed plays the number one seed in the Super Bowl. It's happened, but it's not. I'm just telling y'all. So Travis, my buddy, you know what? Travis, you owe me now, man. You owe me, Travis. I said it when I first started 3 years ago. Now it's time, brother. Let me introduce you to my brother here. This guy right here, y'all. This young man right here. We went elementary school together. We went high school together. And we kept in touch, sparingly all these years. I played football with him. I played basketball with him. He's a tremendous basketball player. He was a standard bearer for my crew. He was good. He was real good. He's played AAU ball, basketball, and the basketball has been good to him. And Travis there he's been a sports agent for a very long time now. I believe it. Travis, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he's a vice president of the basketball division. Forgive me for not knowing the name of the company, but he's a sports agent. He's represented Mars Stoudemire, for instance. He represented Penny Hardaway. So I'm talking about a real dude. He's a sports agent. Travis Yeoman. Now it's time. The show just went national, and the soft lunch will be on the 29th. I will be honored, my brother. I ain't really got to ask you. I just need to get with you and tell you the date. I need you on my show, man. You ain't got to write it down or say you got it and all that. I don't care nothing about that. I got your phone number. I know how to get in touch with you. I need you on my show because I'm going to talk more than football once I go on the network. I would consider it a day. See, when you know the guy for almost 30, 40, oh my God, almost 40 years or something like that. See, that's all he say right there. See right there, it's done deal. All I got to do is, because he's a busy man, flying all over the country and all that kind of stuff, I need him on here. And fortunately, he know me very well. I know him. And, thank you, Travis. I'll get with you and see what's going on. It'll be an honor to have my brother on here, but my brother who's been tremendously successful in the field that he's in. So I'm looking forward to that. Y'all, even though he's a 49er fan, and we done had these battles for over 40 years. So, you've been shouting for the Niners for 40 years. I've been shouting Cowboys for 40 years. I mean, this ain't nothing new between us. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna stop. But he's a real dude, man. And I love him. I say that. I love him. He's a Kirby Cougar. I love him. That's my brother. So let's see, here you go. Y'all see, this is what I have to deal with. See what he's saying? I'm trying to be nice and introduce him to the people. He coming on here to badger me. See, you think he's slick. I know what he's doing. See, when you know people, you know when they trying to mess with you, even in words. That's all he trying to do. You really want me to crank up and start talking trash so we can go in it. I'm not going to do it because I ain't got to the Cowboys yet. But you wear what you want to wear. You wear what you want to wear. All right, I appreciate it. Let's get to business, y'all. All right. I love you too, man. I love you too. That's my guy, one of my guys. Let's get to business. And I love all y'all too, because a lot of y'all been with me for the last 3 years. You've seen this show grow. You've seen this show go to places and everything, man. I'm trying, Travis. I'm letting the Lord just guide me, man. I don't, you know me, I'm just having fun. I got a job. This was just a hobby, but one thing about it, when God breathes, he breathes on something, ain't no telling where you gonna go. And I feel like the Lord has breathed on this show. Don't know why, but I'm just gonna ride and keep riding. You understand? That's all I'm gonna do. Let's talk Cowboy talk before I lose some of y'all. I hope you will share it. First of all, everybody that's here, let's go ahead and hit that like button for me real quick. I need everybody that's here, whether you're on YouTube right now or Facebook. If you're on Facebook, hit that like button, smash it about 12 times for me. If you're on YouTube, hit that heart button for me. Smash it about 12 times, and then we'll go on. If you want to contribute to the podcast, I guess I need to do this. I'm sorry, y'all. I did it last week. If you want to contribute to the podcast, you can do it by Cash App, $ the Big Time Show. If you're on Facebook, you can hit those stars. If you're on YouTube, you can hit that super chat. That's in the bottom right of your phone. I believe I'm right on that. You can hit that, and it's not a requirement, but if you want to do that and in support of the show, I would appreciate it. All right, Cowboy time. Here's the bottom line, and I got a few Cowboy haters in here, which is good. You know the myth, or not the myth, and it is the fact. It's the fact. When people say that the Cowboys haven't won 28 years, yes, Justin, it's cold here. Well, not really. It's 43 now. We're supposed to go drop into the teens before the night. Right now it's at 40, so it's not killing here. But tonight it's supposed to drop into the teens, and tomorrow we're supposed to get a big tomorrow afternoon actually is where we're supposed to get some snow tomorrow. So on the look. How I go. The myth that the Cowboys haven't won since 1995 is actually true. You can't dispute it. You can't argue it. There's a debate that you can argue when they say y'all have been irrelevant for the last 25 years. Well, that's a lie. We didn't win the Super Bowl, but we're a playoff team on occasion. We won, had some regular season win, big seasons, and now going back to the Romo era. We've had some things we didn't win, but you can't win and be number one seed in the conference and say you're irrelevant. You can't be division champion and say that you're not relevant. That's crazy. Non-relevant is folks who don't make the playoffs at all. That's who's not been relevant. Um, it is what it is. So we don't even want to go that route. But it's incredible how people say that. And since I got my brother here, the 49er fans, it's amazing. They're the main ones. Because I know plenty of 49er fans that love to throw that up because it's just a great national thing to say. But the 49er fans have forgotten that if our drought is 28 years, your drought is 29. Because you haven't won the Super Bowl since 1994. And the last time I checked, 94 comes before 95. Which means your streak is longer. But nobody don't say nothing about that, about the 49ers, though, even though what I just said is true. Your streak is longer than the Dallas Cowboys. So you can't even argue that. That's not innuendo. That's not conspiracy. It's the truth. It's the truth. And then of course, as Justin just said, they hang their hat on that they've been there, and that is fact. They have been there on a couple of occasions. But the standard for the Cowboys is you haven't won. It ain't about getting there with the Cowboys. It ain't about getting there. It ain't about winning playoff games. It's not about winning the division. For us, the standard is we have to win the Super Bowl to shut everybody else up. The 49ers have gotten by for years with nobody saying nothing about it. But their streak is longer than ours. So the standard is not the Super Bowl. Their standard is saying, well, at least we've been there. So if the Cowboys just get there, the narrative will change real quick. They're going to say, well, you got there, but you didn't win it. All that kind of stuff. So that it's amazing. Now, I really didn't say that all, said all that to say all of that. I'm saying this for this. See, when you say 28 years, and you say even the last 8 to 9 years, okay? Let me tell y'all something. That myth don't have, it has absolutely nothing to do with this team. Half them guys 28 years ago that's on this team weren't even born. Hello. Half of these guys, if they were born, they were no more than 3 or 4 years old, if that. Come on now. That myth ain't got nothing to do with this team. It don't. Now, if you told me, let me even make it more plain, because that's almost kind of too vague. This version of the Cowboys don't, with the exception of Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence, I think I'm right on that, and Tyron Smith. Other than those three, the others don't even have nothing to do when I throw Dak Prescott in. Dak Prescott, but he wasn't playing. But he was on the team. No, I'm going to take that back, because when Dak got the job in the preseason, he never let it go. So I'm going to eliminate Dak. This version of the Cowboys don't even have nothing other than those three. Tyron, DeMarcus Lawrence, Zach Martin. Other than those three, they don't even have anything to do with the Romo era. So when y'all be saying that, that's really for the fans. That don't have nothing to do. So the ghosts of the past don't have nothing to do with this team. But if you want to hold on to that, I even got a counteract for that. Because a lot of what the haters have said, and we're talking conspiracy now, a lot of what y'all said, and I even believed in it, is that because Jerry Jones did Jimmy Johnson wrong and then do right by him, and there was a cloud over the franchise, and it started the world famous statement from the king hater himself, Stephen A. Smith, who said what can go wrong will go wrong. All that kind of mess. If that is the case, I will halfway give you that. I'll let you believe in that. I even believe in it too. You just can't do wrong by folks. And don't think it ain't gonna haunt you for a long time. Okay, let's just say that is true. Well, the same person that you blame for it is the same person that corrected it. So if the curse is not there anymore, which is what a lot of Cowboy fans have said, since Jimmy went in, his name is now in that stadium forever. It's right there on that wall there in the Ring of Honor. The same folks said the curse is lifted now. So guess what? It's about to be a very interesting few weeks, isn't it? Yeah. Huh? Justin, I could care less who wins, Browns and Texans. I could care less. That's what I feel about it. but since you asked, I think the Browns gonna pull it off. I think the Browns gonna pull it off. First quote unquote upset of the playoffs. I think their defense is real strong, and they can score. And Houston's a young team. And don't mean nothing. Don't mean they can't play. But I'd be interested. Okay. Let's get to some X's though, because I won't be long, because we've already talked about the Packers already. We've talked about the Packers. There ain't too much to talk about. If you want to hear from my previous show about the Packers, I told you that Dan Quinn is very, very familiar with the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers as they coach together, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not like they don't know each other. Mike McCarthy knows the defensive coordinator very well. Familiar with his system, has called games against him. So it's really not a lot of surprises. The Cowboys have referenced and said they looked at the game from last year as well, on top of some of the games that they've had this year. I gave credit to the Packers because they are playing well. Jordan Love is hot. Is done incredibly well. Second in the league in touchdown passes this year. Dangerous guys. All of them can fly as far as receivers go, especially Christian Watson, who's incredibly fast. Then you also have Aaron Jones and, of course, Dillon, who I'm not sure if he's playing or not. I don't know if he's playing. I don't know if they haven't. I don't think they've ruled him out yet. But I don't know if he's playing or not. Aaron Jones, of course, is incredibly dangerous, as you know. Y'all know that. It's very, very iffy. So I don't know if they're going to be at full strength, but they can move the ball. They are an offensive team. They can move it. I gave them credit. And I was kind of vague on that, but I'm going to just a slight bit of detail because it's a really long thing I want to show you guys today about what I feel is the big question mark of the game. It's really two-sided. What I'm going to show you guys is it's really it's the I don't know, and I'm gonna show you and see if you guys agree with it. You may know, and I'm open to it. For you to convince me otherwise. So let's see. There's one more thing I'm trying to think of. Justin, let me correct you. Anybody playing the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl would be the biggest Super Bowl in history. Because it would generate all of the Cowboy Nation there, which is enough to set a record. But it would also bring every hater, bringing them in for a last hope of the Cowboys losing, because it would be America's worst nightmare if the Dallas Cowboys, especially for the haters, if the Cowboys win. It would be the worst thing that could ever happen to him. It would shut down Stephen A's mouth and possibly his career, because he's become a millionaire off the fact that what can go wrong will go wrong, and the Cowboys will never reach the Super Bowl. The Cowboys will not win the Super Bowl. And Dak Prescott is not the leader. Dak Prescott can't do this. Dak Prescott can't do that. See, all that get shut down if the trophy get raised up in the air. It would trust me. First take. If the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, the very next morning, it will be the highest rated first take ever. Because for 2 hours, you got to shut up. That's for instance. I'm trying to think of something else that I had, and I didn't write my notes down today. That's crazy. But anyway, I want to show you guys something. I don't know, Joe. It's supposed to be incredible. If you've seen the weather report for Kansas City tonight, I mean it's unbelievable. It's supposed to be almost 10, 11 below. 50-mile-an-hour wind supposedly. Miami ain't ready for all this. They can't run the ball though. Miami can run the ball, and that might be the difference maker. It won't be because of Tyreek Hill and all that tonight. You know, minus 15 to minus 20 tonight. So that, it's bad for everybody. But this will be the game where the running game will show up pretty good. Especially you got 25, 30-mile-an-hour wind and stuff like that. You ain't gonna be too many just crazy passes, and Miami can run the football. So I don't want to kill that. So I don't know. Miami might pull that one out because Ashi and Mostert, they can flat out run it. So I wouldn't be surprised. That is going to be the difference maker in that game. Let me show you this because y'all got me rambling now. Y'all trying to change my show into an NFL show, and I told y'all I'm going to do that once I start getting on the network. I ain't there yet. I'm gonna change it up a little bit. I just won't be about Cowboys, but I appreciate y'all. Giving me some practice. I appreciate that. But I ain't really want to talk about that. I'm trying to do what I always have done, talk about the Cowboys. Y'all messing me up. But as I always said, this is our show, so that's what y'all want to talk about, so I'll talk about it. Okay? But let me squeeze this in, since y'all want to talk about the Texans and all these folks. Y'all let me squeeze this in. Okay, let me get to it. I want to share this with you. And let's study this together so that I can show you what. No, y'all good. You know, apologize. I want to show y'all this. I want to show y'all this. I want y'all to hear what I got to say, and then y'all help me. I'm quite sure these are, see, after 17 games, it is what it is. See what I'm saying? There's no surprises. This is a 17 game sample. And so whatever the stats are, that's pretty much who you are. That's pretty much who you are. Let's look at this. I want to show y'all this. Let me move the chat there so y'all can see it. Oh, well. Put it back. All right. I want to show you this so that you can see what I'm talking about. This is the pad defense. This is defense. Team defense. The highlighted is the one that I want to talk about, and I'll move to something else. The highlighted is the part which will be this yards per game. Cleveland, of course, who's playing right now, is number one in the league against passing yards. Moving down slowly. Green Bay is right here. So that means they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're the 9th ranked team against the pass, which of course is pretty good. They're giving up 206 yards a game. All right. And we know the Cowboys, of course, are averaging, good Lord, a whole lot more than what we are doing. But they're pretty good defensively in this secondary. Of course, when you got an all-pro cornerback like Jair Alexander, even though he rolled his ankle, we don't know if he's going to play tomorrow. My guess would be he will be playing tomorrow. They got some good guys back there that can play. Of course, it don't stop us from doing what we have to do because a lot of our offense is built off the pass. So that 206 yards is going to get tested real quick. So they're better defensively in stopping the pass. But here is where, and of course, the Cowboys, of course, are rated 5th, as you can see, and we're giving up 187 yards per game. And that's going to get tested because the Pack throw the ball. So that's going to get tested tomorrow as well, even though we got Gilmore, and Bland, and Hurst, and Hooker will probably obviously be back. We know our secondary is very good. We know that. But they're going to get tested. And the idea of thinking that we only going to give up 187 yards, I don't think that's smart. I think we're going to give up a whole lot more. Not a whole lot, but I just know that I don't think we're going to be that efficient. If we're that good in defensively, then the Green Bay Packers won't have a chance. I'll say that. But here's where I want to get to, which is the rushing yard per game. Stay with me. Chicago is number one, as you can see. They giving up 86 yards a game. And as you can see, I got to keep going. The first thing you see is the Dallas Cowboys there. Giving up 7 for the regular season, 112 yards a game. It's not good. I haven't seen Green Bay yet, though. Still ain't seen it. Until we get right at the bottom. They are 5th to the last. So they're 27th in the league against the run defensively. They are giving up 128 yards a game, which means they are good on the back end. But their front 7 is questionable, which means they can be ran on. And they're giving up big yards. So here's the common sense thing. This is my dilemma. Here's my dilemma. Here's my dilemma, y'all. If they are giving up 120 whatever yards a game, 128 yards a game, then it's obvious to me that they are supposed, at least we are supposed to be running the football. But that ain't what we do. That's not what we do. And I have a problem because I already know what we're gonna do. And y'all know what we're gonna do. Y'all know we ain't about to run it enough to you know we can if we get chunks of yardage without the amount of carries that it needs in order to accumulate that type of yardage for running. So here's my question to y'all. Are we gonna run the ball tomorrow? Me personally, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that we're gonna do what we have done, even though that is a deficiency and a weakness. I believe that they're gonna be dependent on splash plays from the running game without the amount of carries. I think that they're gonna hope that Pollard busts at least 2 to 3 20-yard runs, and Rico would gas them for a bunch of 10-yard runs every now and then, and before you know it, they'll have only 20 carries between the both of them, but they will have something like close to 100 yards right there. That's what I think was going on. I don't think there will be a commitment to running the ball because we haven't done it really all year. And then in actuality, the truth be told, we would be robbing the offense if we tried to, just say, hey, we're going to pound the football. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. Some of y'all are putting it in that y'all think they will. Some of y'all are putting it in like you really believe that they will. I don't see it. Even though that's the obvious thing to do, because again, we have a 17-game sample size that says Green Bay has a problem with the running game. I think that's where you need. If there's no sense of getting new, you need to attack that. The play action will be there. It does not mean that you got to throw it 50 times. It does not mean you got to air it out. If you run the ball, the play action game will be wide open. Especially with the emergence of Hendershot coming back. See, I'm waiting on this 2 tight end set with Ferguson and Hendershot in there that's going to drive teams completely crazy. That's what I'm waiting on. Because you can do so much with it. You can run, of course, with it. Play action pass is going to be there. Hendershot and Ferguson can kill you, both of them. And don't forget about the fullback is in. You still got CD in there. I mean, you could really go to work. It is what it is. Now, I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to air it out on them like we've been doing all year. And you can't blame the Cowboys. I mean, good God. See the year Dak has had, the year that CD has had. Cooks has come on tremendously on these last month and a half or so. You can't blame him. I'm just pointing it out and saying it's not the passing effect. It's they're weak in the run game, and that's something that we really don't do enough, at least in my opinion. I hope that we do. My guess would be if I'm the Green Bay Packers, I'm copying off everybody else. I believe they're gonna run a 2 safety look. they're going to invite you to run. They just not, their whole thing is we're not going to get beat down the field. We want to keep everything in front of us, make you have long drives, which is a strength of the Cowboys. They can and have proven it all year that they have no problem going a 12 to 14, 15 play drive. We can do that. Oh, there's no question about that. We can do that. So that, I believe that's the approach. I don't think you need to get aggressive with the Cowboys, because if you do, and I'm talking about man-to-man coverage and a lot of blitzes and stuff like that, you're going to get 40 points put on you real quick. It's just no doubt about that. So I think Cleveland is going to play. They're going to give up a lot of yards, and then they're going to try to buckle down inside the red zone. That's what most teams, that's how they play us. And they invite you to run because the box ain't there. We just decide to run Tony Pollard up the middle all the time, which makes it much easier to get it done. If we start running stuff, a little differently, a little run up the middle, just, which I can't stand, but that's what we run. So it is what it is. Now, I want to show you the other thing. I'm going to show you the other thing. I want to show you the other thing. We can do it. And it's a funny thing, because this might shock some of you, because we look at things and we say, okay, I didn't know we did that. All right. I need you guys to look at this, because now this is the offensive stats. Total, the Cowboys are 5th overall, but that's not what I want to show you. I thought this was yards per game passing. We're 3rd at 258 yards a game. So of course, we put it in the air. But the part that what I want to talk about is this: is rushing yards a game, where we are somewhere in the middle of the pack. And I was shocked to know that we averaged 112 yards a game. I was. It's kind of like Tony Pollard. They say Tony Pollard had over 1,000 yards. I say, dang, when that happened? You see what I'm saying? He's got over 1,000 yards, but 112, which is good. 112 yards a game. So the Cowboys, obviously, if they're giving up 128 yards a game, and the Cowboys are averaging 112, we can run it on these guys. And it's the obvious thing to do, but y'all know we're not going to do that. I'm just trying to show you this is what we can do, even though 112 yards is middle of the pack. It's amazing that we don't, well, the game ain't been played. I'm assuming that we're going to do what we do. And that is try our best to air it out. Now, there's going to be a mixture, but we're going to air it out more. And again, I'm not complaining. I think we should, because of what I'm going to say in a few more minutes. I believe that we're not going to exploit the weakness of Green Bay Packers a lot. I hope I'm wrong. I hope that I'm wrong. I just don't see us doing it, because that's not what we've done all year. All right? Now, here it is. Here it is. Let's look at as I just showed you, Green Bay. Green Bay is right below us. As you can see, they're averaging 112 yards. I don't want to show you the Cowboys defensively with the running game, because that's one of those stats that is kind of misguided. because the Cowboys' way of shutting down the running game is by blowing teams out, which would take away the running game. That's how the Cowboys have beat a lot, stop the run. When you look up at the scoreboard and you're up 25 and it's just the third quarter, well, you ain't running the ball a whole lot. You got to put it in the air. And before you know it, you ain't really just ran the ball because you're down too much. That's how the Cowboys have this year have done it. That's what the pattern says. We've had a lot of blowouts. But we have had some games where folks ran on us. Arizona, San Francisco didn't run too well against us. Buffalo destroyed us. See, that's the way that you keep yourself in the game with the Cowboys. You're able to run the ball, and you should be able to a little bit because we're not that great against the run. And I understand that Hankins is playing and all that kind of stuff, but we're not really just that stout running the ball. That's how you can beat us. That's the game plan. You got to be able to run the ball. So I'm expecting them to run tomorrow, especially if Dillon is there. But I know Aaron Jones, we got to put a hat on him. Like D. Lawrence said, hit him. You got to touch folks tomorrow. You got to touch them. Let the church say, touch him. Touch him. Yeah. You got to touch him. And let me say this. We got to touch Jordan Love, too. He is not really that great against blitzes. He's really not. He can be rattled. If you get after him, you can be rattled. So what am I expecting defensively? I'm expecting Dan Quinn, unfortunately. I'm a little scared of this one. But I'm expecting him to play his regular defense, a whole bunch of man defense. Oh, my God. Against these receivers, particularly Christian Watson, who can fly. I'm a little scared. Unless you tell me a safety going to be over the top of Gilmore or whatever. Or Bland, whichever one. But we got to go touch him. We got to touch him. We got to touch Jordan Love. If you let a quarterback just sit back there, in other words, we just got to be us. Because we blitz. We send folks. It would help, though. And here's the part that I saw in 2 games. I watched a little film. In 2 games that I saw, and I picked the 2 losses that they had. Do you know that I picked the Detroit game? I know they won one, but the other game. Do you know that Detroit's front 4 was all the pressure that was needed? In other words, they didn't have to blitz extra. They just used their front 4, and they had problems blocking. Well, let me introduce you now to the Dallas Cowboys. Our front 4 can go ahead and get loose on these guys. Our front 4 can get the pressure by themselves. And if that is the case, Jordan Love is going to have to really do something special to beat us. If you put your hands on him, if you touch him up just a little bit. Oh my God, I just thought this. Y'all forgive me. Can I ask y'all, y'all forgive me? Let me just get this. Eastside Hair, why are you watching Dallas Cowboy content and your team is presently on the tube? And I don't want to hear nothing about no multitasking. I don't want to hear nothing about you can do both. And I don't want to hear nothing about that. This is why I know you're a Cowboy fan. And you telling us what the score is, we can care less. We already, half of us are watching the game right now. I got it on mine right now watching it or glancing at it. I know what the score is. You ain't got no Houston, Texas fans on this chat. We care less what y'all doing. I want to know why are you watching. Dallas Cowboy content, and your team is loud on the TV. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I know you're a Cowboy fan, so I already know. He's a Cowboy fan. This proves it, y'all. This proves it. He is a Dallas Cowboy fan. Ain't no doubt about it. KK said he didn't know the Texans were playing. Yeah, they playing. It's unbelievable. If Dallas Cowboys on, I wouldn't even be doing the show, my show. I don't do watch parties. You know what I'm saying? I don't do watch parties. If the Cowboys on, I would be glued on the TV. This man in here want to come on Cowboy content. Unbelievable. Just a pure hater. But I'm gonna stop saying he a hater. He a fan. He a fan. Now, let's get back to that. That was my comedy moment of the show. I knew he was gonna show up. It was just a matter of time. It's unbelievable. I don't know how. If our front four, I think we're gonna guinea pig this thing. I think Quinn is gonna guinea pig. Because if I saw that, I'm quite sure he know. If our front four can generate havoc and chaos, then I'm not sure that he got to send extra. And I really need Jordan Lewis and folks like that in the secondary anyway. Especially since we starting to pick off passes like we've been doing all year. But in particular, the way we've been going to work now with Jordan Lewis getting his hands on the ball a lot lately. When we started talking about, what Bland, of course, has done. Even Gilmore, and since Hooker and Donovan Wilson are back, that's always a good chance to get your hands on the ball too. So I want all those hands back there because the Packers like to pass the ball. I want Jordan Love to prove to me that he's a wannabe Aaron Rodgers. And I give Love credit. He had a great year. I give Jordan Love credit. He played very well. He's going to have to show me. He's going to have to show me. And so we need to touch him. He need to be on the ground. He needs to get very familiar with the ground. I need folks to touch him. I need him rattled. I ain't say scared. He may not be scared. May not be scared. Eastside, I noticed you ain't put the score up now, have you? Yeah. Put the score up now, Eastside, since you want to grace us with your presence. Since you was quick to say Texas was up 3-0. I don't put it. You know what? I might do that, John, just to see if he'll do it. Put that score up now, Eastside, since you're up there. Tell us what the score is now. As soon as you finish typing your score, it didn't take too long, did it? All right. Yeah, we got to go. Yeah, see. Yeah, it didn't take, he was loud just a few seconds ago. And I'm literally mean seconds. When he pushes 3-0 Texans, after he typed that S at the end of Texans, shoot, it wasn't no more about a minute and a half. Cleveland up 7-3. See how this I quit. Eastside, don't where yet, son? Huh? I know you. Oh, okay. I think he done logged off now because you don't want to see. So this how he is. When they down, you don't want to talk. One last thing, and I'll be done, and I'll open up the lines just to see if Eastside gonna call. Last thing I want to say is this, and I'm very serious when I say this. Did y'all see what I saw yesterday? Blew my mind. You gonna sit there and tell me that the Dallas Cowboys have 9 all pros this year? They're actual all pro team. AP all pro team. 9 all pros on this team? There's on combined offense and defense, it's 11 on 11. So there's 22 positions filled. And you're going to sit there and tell me 9 people are all pros, either first team or second team? What does that tell me? Man, I tell you something. Let me go and tell y'all what they tell me. I ain't say Pro Bowl. I said all pros. Let me tell you what they tell me. They tell me that the NFL said, hey, man, y'all got 9 real stars on y'all team. 9. 9, ladies and gentlemen. And just about in every major position that impacts a game, y'all are the best of the best. Zach Martin, who's been there forever, first team All-Pro. Tyron Smith, who I told y'all, I gave him credit, old broken Tyron Smith. They found the right way to get it going, and he is available and played incredible. That he made a second team All-Pro. Tyler Smith, who we all know, been saying it all year, he's going to be an All-Pro guard this year. We were right. All-Pro, second team. CeeDee Lamb, without question, we knew he was going to be All-Pro. And I went in and said he was a first-team All-Pro. We were right. He should have been unanimous, but he only missed it by 1 vote. I don't know who that person was. What other person did you see that, other than maybe Tyreek Hill, that played better than CeeDee Lamb? He should have been a unanimous one, but hey, we'll take it. Last year he was second team All-Pro, and this year he was first team All-Pro. Okay? Defensively, Michael Parsons is second team All-Pro. Every year in his career, he's been an All-Pro. Every year. Every year. It's the first time he's been second team. Now, the players didn't even vote him in on their All-Pro team, but the one that really counts is AP All-Pro team, and he's second. Deron Bland. Everybody was worried at the beginning about Diggs going down and what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Good Lord, not only did we do it, but the boy is one of the best in the game. He made an All-Pro team. I mean, nobody predicted that. That's where he is. First team All-Pro cornerback. First team All-Pro, second team All-Pro linebacker or edge person like Michael Parsons. I'm saving the best one for last. I know y'all notice I ain't say his name, but I'm saving the best. There's an argument that should have been made that DeMarcus Lawrence should have been there, but I'll yield on that, and he wasn't. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm saying is, I ain't say it to highlight it before I get to the last one. When you got stars, man, this is the time when stars have to show up. Then you got, of course, our kicker. Let me throw him in. Who we all knew. You know, if he was not Pro Bowler, if he was not an All-Pro, something was wrong. And they voted him in, straight from the USFL. So we don't want to hear anything, and myself included, we don't want to hear anything about either kicker from the USFL. I don't want to hear nothing about it. We're just going to trust Will McClay. We're just going to trust Stephen Jones, because that part turned into gold. That part turned into gold. I guess Eastside going to come back now. Used to look like they just go. Watch Eastside. Put it in right here. Y'all watch. Just watch. Used to just go. Watch. But anyway, First team All Pro in Aubrey. So that's huge. All these guys got to show up now. No other team has 9 All Pros. No other team. No other team. These guys got to show up. This is when the stars show up, playoff time. All right? And finally, the one that I want to talk about real bad, because I have to bow down, because I know what I've said about Mr. Prescott. I know what I said. I know what I said at the beginning. At the same time, during the year, I had to change my tune. And I know he was simply outstanding. I said it during the year. And he was, a guy, I don't know if we can, when the money's on the line, I don't know if he can get it done. That's what he showed us. That's what I said. He shut my mouth a few times this season because the truth of the matter is we really didn't have a running game, not to me at least. We had a spotty running game. We didn't have a running game. You say, hey, we're just going to run the ball down these guys' throat. A lot of these games we won was on the arm of Dak Prescott. Just no question about it. If you say CeeDee Lamb had a great year, who you think was throwing the ball to him? You can't escape it. And with all the hate that this man has received, some of it came from this show. Some of it came from my mouth. For him to accomplish what people didn't want to give him credit for. Some of them writers, I know it hurt them to vote, but they really didn't have no choice but to put it in. There's no way in the world you could put Josh Allen on the All-Pro team with all the turnovers he had. No way. It wasn't Patrick Mahomes this year. You couldn't put him there. You can't put guys on All-Pro teams off reputation. Couldn't have been Mahomes. Tua dropped down. Purdy dropped down this year. You had no choice. Dak Prescott made it that way. Leading the league in touchdowns. The best quarterback, obviously, in the NFC, and some would even argue and say was the best quarterback in the league this year. Even though Lamar stats don't compete with Dak Prescott's this year. I'm not saying Lamar's not deserving, but an argument could be made that Lamar Jackson was supposed to be second team All-Pro and Dak's supposed to be first. Now, there's an argument that could be made. When you look at them side by side, Dak, other than the rushing yards, Dak leads him in everything. I think he got one less interception than Dak got. I'll give him that. He leads in those two, rushing and whatever. Yeah, it definitely ain't Jalen Hurts. You had no choice but to do it. And I know it hurt people. It hurt the commentators to even talk about it like, oh, I guess Dak did. He did have a good year. He deserved it. Yeah, but he got to do it in the playoffs. No, it's a regular season award. This regular season so far, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the whole league, if not the best. And for him to do that despite all the hate, this dude just did it. I got a super chat here. That's from Terry. Terry says, I talk trash going into there. Prescott shut my mouth. He shut mine too. You're not alone. He shut my mouth. Outstanding. And he's got to do it this year. It's time for the stars to be stars. You got 9 All-Pros, man. So I'm going to go and say it now. Green Bay is supposed to have a hard time tomorrow. That's all I'm going to say. 9 All-Pros. 9 All-Pros. 9. I almost want to look into history and see what year did a team send at 9 guys to say they were all pros. I mean, What I may have to go all the way back to the 70s Steelers. You know what I'm saying? For real. I mean, I ain't even going to the 90s Cowboys. I don't think they sent 9. Now, wait a minute. Maybe so with the 9 because that offensive line was loaded. We know Troy, Michael, Emmett, Dion, those guys. But that offensive line, Eric Williams, yeah. Larry Allen, yeah. Stepnoski, yeah. Defensively, Darren Woodson, yeah. Well, I don't know about Darren. You might have to go back. I don't know a team that has 9. I ain't say Pro Bowls because Pro Bowls are popularity vote with the fans. And even in that, to send 9 guys to Pro Bowl, that's incredible. But in 1 year, 9 All Pros, I got to go back. I got to see. I mean, that's incredible, y'all. I don't want to diminish that. And I know they ain't got to do with the playoff game. But I'm saying if you got 9 All Pros on your team, ladies and gentlemen, these guys got to show up. I can't have no bad games out of my All Pros. Not doing this time. No, sir. And yeah, that includes Mr. Prescott. That includes Larry Allen. Excuse me, not Larry Allen. Zach Martin. Tyron Smith. Tyler Smith. I can't have it. And Michael Parsons. Lord have mercy. I understand, Brother Michael, you going to get double team. I understand when they run the ball, they're going to run at you because that's the game plan. But Doc, Reggie White got ran at. Bruce Smith got ran at. Lawrence Taylor got ran at. On pass plays, Lawrence Taylor got double teamed. Bruce Smith, Reggie White, Eric Thomas, the list go on and on. They got double teamed. Guess what happened? They still showed up. Michael Parsons, ain't no more excuses. I'm sorry. If you're that game-changing dude, which most of us really believe that you are, and you have shown it, it ain't no excuse. I wish I would look at the stat line at the end of the game, and all I see from Michael Parsons is 1 tackle. No, sir. No, sir. See, when you're an All-Pro, you get judged on All-Pro standards. No, sir. You got 1 tackle and 1 pressure for the game. No, sir. It's unacceptable. If we going to call out Dak to have a great game and all that, which they say fall on the quarterback, then as a game-changing defensive player, I don't care if they quadruple team you. That dude, you got to find a way. Matter of fact, and then you put pressure on yourself, saying in your press conference or your question from the press, you said that you were going to be phenomenal. Okay, I'm going to hold Michael Parsons. I've never came in Michael Parsons. But if this team is going to do some things that we expecting them to do, Michael Parsons have to be uncontrollable. So I know what Dak going to do. I got a feeling I know what CeeDee Lamb going to do. I got to see it from Michael Parsons. Enough is enough. I got to have it tomorrow. From Michael Parsons. I'm calling him out. I got to have it from Michael Parsons tomorrow. I ain't even thinking about Dak. If Dak get in here and throw 3 interceptions tomorrow, then, we'll point the finger that way. And I'm not expecting that. I'm expecting Dak to have a good game, as he's had all year. But a lot of those good games and all those points we scored, a lot of them games, Michael Parsons didn't do hardly nothing, y'all. No. Dak scoring, throwing all them touchdowns, Dak and them scoring 40 points and blowouts and all that. It still didn't negate the fact that Michael Parsons really didn't do a whole lot. Not today. I'm looking at him tomorrow. More than anybody on this team tomorrow. I'm looking at 1 Michael Parsons. I'm not looking at look. I hear you, John. I ain't looking at CD Lamb. CD Lamb ain't got nothing to prove to me. His game is dependent upon Dak Prescott. I expect CD Lamb to do well. I ain't looking at him. I almost expect it from him. What I haven't seen is a 2-sack game or 3-sack game or a whole bunch of pressures where he can't. Well, Michael Parsons is just uncontrollable. It's nothing you can do. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow. Since he bragging, saying it's time for him to go to another level, then that's what I want to see. I got to see it. Because teams think they done figured him out. We run at him, we double him, we chip him, we'll never let him go one-on-one. We're going to do all that, and if you do that, it'll slow him down, and he won't be such an impact. I need him to change that narrative. Because if you're going to be compared to Lawrence Taylor, guess what? Lawrence Taylor saw all the same things. Double teams, he saw all the chips, he saw all of that. He got cut at the knees, he got it all, and Lawrence Taylor is still known today as the greatest defensive player probably ever played the game. Why? Because he produced. In big games, he produced. And that's what the level he got to get to now. I gotta have him. That's the one I'm looking for tomorrow. And if he don't show up tomorrow, and we gonna preface this, even if the Cowboys win, even if the Cowboys were to blow these guys out, if I look at that stat sheet and all I got down there is all he got is 2 tackles, 1 pressure, I got to have him when I come back on there. Because he the one to put it up there and say he's going to be phenomenal, right? Well, if he's going to be phenomenal, I need to have some phenomenal production on tomorrow. I'm calling him out. It's Parsons. See, if he does what he say he's going to do, the Cowboys will go to the Super Bowl. He's that much of an impact guy. See, if he does what everybody think he can do, the ball going to have to come out way quicker than what Jordan Love going to want to throw it. And you got ball hawks back there. That means a turnover going to happen. And I give him the credit. Say, yeah, Bland caught the pick. Gilmore caught the pick. Donovan Wilson or Hooker caught the pick. But that ain't what made the play. It was Parsons and his pressure that made the play. I get up here and say that. I need to see him go off. That's all I got to say about it. If we all pros, I need all my stars to show up tomorrow. From here on out. Whatever. If we win this game, if we win, whoever comes to Dallas next week, I got to have it. This is stars time. This is the time where the stars show up. This is where folks talk about you for the next 100 years, 50 years, and all that. This is when you get the highlights that'll be there forever. This is it. I can't have no mediocrity. Not now. I gotta have it. All right. Last thing. Everybody put your prediction in. And before you do that, everybody hit that like button for me or the heart button on YouTube. Everybody do that for me. Give me it's playoff time. Everybody give me at least 15. Smash it real quick. I'm pressing now. So if you do this right here with the phone, I just did over 20 right there. So that's less than 3 seconds. Everybody hit it for me. Hit the like button, hit the heart button on YouTube, or you can hit the heart button on Facebook if you want. Everybody hit it for me. Do that. And now that you've done it, or most of you done it, if you haven't done it, I don't know why, but hey, it ain't cost you anything. But I need everybody to let me see where y'all head at. Everybody put the score in tomorrow. I just want to see. I ain't making no score prediction. It used to be a point where I say I don't know what Cowboy team gonna show up. I think they done killed it with me. I think I know what Cowboy team gonna show up because it's been pretty consistent. All this is gonna be dependent on how Aaron Jones run the ball. If we shut Aaron Jones down, the Packers gonna be in real trouble. King says 31-21. Cowboys. Let's roll. 31-21 Cowboys. $31-21 Cowboys. King says. Where y'all at? Y'all ain't scared to make no predictions, like. All I got is that 31-21. Everybody feels that. Terry. There we go. Oh, okay, it was just a little slow. 31-24, Terry says. Cowboys. Oh, John, good Lord. John says 42-17. Wow. Greg says 42-16 Cowboys. Good Lord, y'all. Now, come on now. This is the playoffs, y'all. I ain't expect. Y'all saying the Cowboys gonna be usual. They usually blow people out. Freight Train says 34-17. Wow. Y'all expecting another beatdown. That's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest appearance that's about to come in. We're going to see what his score is. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who he is. There he is right there. Just won his basketball game today, 39-16, which they dominated. He had a pretty good solid game today. Defensively, he was dynamic today. I'm going to put a video up of him, what he did. Y'all can see where he worked. All right, son. Get in the camera so folks can see you. Cowboys versus the Packers. Wild card playoff game. I need you to give me your analysis real quick of the game, and then I need you to give me your score after you tell me about the game.
I think Cowboys are going to do really good. They're going to beat the Packers. They're going to destroy them good. I think the score is going to be 56-13.
Say the score one more time. Keep the mic in your mouth.
56-13.
56-13.
Cowboys. Yeah.
You do realize that this is a playoff game, and the playoffs are usually.
The Packers suck. They're young. We have CD, Dak. I don't even know how they made it to the playoffs. Honestly, they suck. Should I have said 63-13?
That's too much now. They ain't gonna be like that. So you're saying that the Cowboys got too many stars?
Yeah, the Packers suck. Especially their D-line.
Their D-line, and you're absolutely right. They're not that great. So do you think that Tony Pollard is going to run the ball well tomorrow?
Well, I think he will run, but I don't think he's going to have a much in. I think they're going to throw the ball a lot. I say Stephon Gilmore has at least 3 interceptions.
How many?
3 interceptions.
As a team or just a player?
Oh, just as a team.
As a team, you think the Cowboys going to have 3 picks tomorrow? Mm-hmm. What do you think about Micah Parsons?
Oh, he's going to cook. I'm going to say, as a team, they're going to have 15 sacks.
How many?
15.
They ain't going to do no 15 sacks, man. That ain't going to happen.
8. I hope they're obviously okay.
I think the Cowboys are going to have 4 or 5 sacks.
I think Micah Parsons is going to have 3 sacks.
You know why I ain't going to say that? Because a lot of people in this chat right here, they are they are in agreement. They're saying it's a blowout too. I don't know, son. I don't see that.
But they could lose because their last game at home, they barely beat the Lions. Just barely. And plus, Stephon Diggs is out.
But what about Bland? You think Bland gonna have a pick tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right, son. So your final score again is what?
56-13.
56-13. Wow. Well, I hope that is the case because I don't need a lot of pressure and stress, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
I hope so.
But the Cowboys are known for blowing people out. So I will say they can get it too. You know, look, they don't discriminate blowouts. They will go ahead and beat folks' brains out. So you might be right.
I'm telling you right now, they're gonna be in a hype, and they're gonna get serious. While the Packers are young, and they're not used to this Cowboys team.
Wow. I see my brother Amp Sports came in. I appreciate it, man. Hey, man, what you think about your dad and the show going national? That I'm gonna be all over the place. You happy about that?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have. What you think about that? You done pretty good here.
I think it's great, especially when you have a sponsor.
Yeah, you know I need it. Can you ask the people? See y'all, they go east side. They don't pop back in. You know, I told you he gonna come in when. Didn't I tell y'all that? Didn't I tell you east side gonna come in when the Texans winning? He wanted to hear when Cleveland just scored. The east side, you too easy to predict, man. But y'all playing pretty good. We got a game on. It's a big sack right there from
If the Texans lose, I bet he's gonna be so quiet.
Yeah, he talking. See, my son know you. Don't worry about the game. Ain't even over with you. They playing good though. I'll give you credit, Eastside. Y'all playing pretty good right now. Looks like it's gonna be a shootout, to be honest with you. But it is what it is. My son just said something there. Now I'll get back into it. For those that didn't catch the show yesterday, go back on the timeline. But you see the logo on your screen there in the top corner there. That is the new TV programming I'm on, or network that I'm on. That is already that is national. The launch will happen on the 29th of January. My show will be the first one to pop off live, at least live. And then it is already picked up national sponsors. We are already credentialed for the Super Bowl. We will be on press roll there. We are the official channel for the National Scouting Combine. I'm hoping that I can make one or two of these, to be honest with you. So this, I'm even though we haven't even launched yet, we got a lot of things already in mind. I have a advertising deal package for those of you who have businesses and want your product possibly to be over 87% of North America. You can join this show. I have deals for you. I'll be getting to that a little bit later on. You can advertise on the show. If you have a local business, you can advertise on the show, especially if you're here in Memphis. Most of you guys know, I know most of you. So, but if you have that, think about it. I'll show you everything that we need to know. You need to, if you're interested, you need to go and send me an email right there. The Big Time Show 3@gmail.com, and we can start working things out on see, and I can start sending you packages and everything else. I'm excited about it. I got a couple weeks to go before I launch, so there's gonna be a few things that go on that. All right, I'm done. Thank you, son. Appreciate you. Oh, you try to take over. Oh, my bad. Come on. Tell everybody bye. I'm sorry. Everybody bye.
Bye.
So see you later. Thank you. All right. That was the one and only, my little son there. My son, who is a frequent, well, not a frequent, but he's been on the show pretty much all his life. Gets guest spots. I'll forgive me here. He gets a few guest spots every now and then on the show. So I'm happy to have him with me. So, all right. Let's go. Eastside, you can't be national with me, son. You can't be national with me. You won't be a what TL say, and I'm not calling you this, but the song says a scrub. You can't sit on the passenger side trying to outdo me. You forget that. So you're trying to get in. You're trying to get in here because everybody else done blocked you. But you're not wrong. I'm wrong, not you. You understand? So you can't be national. You can't be. I won't allow it. And on that note, for real though, because my show is gonna be, I have to structure it now because I need to be on at least about an hour and 30 minutes, and right now I've been on an hour and 30 minutes, so I'm gonna have to be a little bit more structured. I might do lines, and then again I might not for those shows. But when I come on just on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, then we can do it like we're doing it now. I can go past my time and all that kind of stuff, but you gotta keep in mind I got people that's gonna be following me, so I'm gonna be forced to get off. See what I'm saying? Right now, I'm not on there, so I can hang here for a minute. And on that note, call-in line is open right now. Call-in line is open right now, 901-654-6853. Call in right now. If not, I'm gonna get off here and watch these little games that we got here and get ready for the Cowboys tomorrow. Remember, y'all, it's a whiteout game. It's a whiteout game. So, even though a lot of us, well, I don't think nobody here is going to be at the stadium, but let's all wear white tomorrow. I have my white jersey on tomorrow, and we can do it. Kenya, I see you sent me I see you sent it. I'll look at the email. I'll hit you back. Appreciate that, Kenya. Appreciate you, Freight Train. I appreciate y'all. If you want to know what everybody congratulated me for, go back. If you're on Facebook, go back to yesterday's show. I just did a special announcement show yesterday. That's all I did. I didn't talk about the Cowboys. Nothing. I just explained where I'm at, where the show is, and what a little bit of what the future holds. But I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, I see somebody calling me. Let's see here. Hey, you're on the Big Time Show.
What's going on, Big Time, man? It's Freight Train.
Freight Train in the house. What's up? Choo.
Nothing much. Congratulations. I just want to say congratulations to you, man.
Man, thank you.
And you deserve everything because, like I said, I like how you like a lot of other people. You say you give credit where credit is due,
sir.
But you're not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
No,
and that's how it's supposed to be. It's about holding people accountable.
Yes, sir.
And my thing is the game tomorrow, Michael Parsons. Hey, you threw yourself out there. You hold your own self accountable. I just look forward.
I was saying since he threw himself out there, okay, I'm with you now. I got my eyes on Michael Parsons. I got my eyes on Michael Parsons.
My thing is, don't start a fight. Don't start a fight if you can't fight now. So, it's on you now. But hey, my nephew's getting ready. He's getting ready to do some stuff with him. But I just wanted to say congratulations. But I'll call back, man. But you just keep grinding, man. You deserve every bit of this.
Man, I appreciate
you. And don't give it back. All right, have a good day, big dog.
Man, I appreciate you. People like you to make the show great. Thank you, man.
Yes, sir. All right.
Appreciate Freight Train there for the call in. Phone line is open, 901-654-6853. Yeah, we about to have some fun, yeah. I hope you know what it will be raw. You know what my hope is. Since I would hate for my launch show to be if the Cowboys not in the playoffs. See, what's gonna make the show off the chain is that if it's the 29th, we should be getting ready for the NFC Championship game. That would be big. I hope that the Cowboys are there. Instead of me getting on there talking about the off season. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna talk more than the Cowboys. I'm gonna be talking sports in general. For those that didn't see the show yesterday, because I'm going to the network, I don't want to limit myself um, just to the Cowboys and the Lakers. I may even be talking about golf, like I said last week. You see what I'm saying? I'll be talking about all sport. Show my versatility. You understand? So when I'm on the network, and as I said yesterday, don't be confused. Wherever you're watching me from now, you'll be able to watch me while I'm on there. I'll just add the NGBN TV channel to what I'm on now, and wherever you're watching me from, YouTube, wherever, you'll be able to see it live and in color, like that. All right, so you ain't got to change anything. I'm doing the changing. We all be able to be here together. But what everybody can do, because nobody's calling in, I need everybody to download that. What you see in the corner there, NGBN TV, to your phones, to your smart TVs. Just download it. It's a free app. There are other shows that are on there that are outstanding. As I told you yesterday, the goal is we're trying our best to make a difference in the ages of men, in the ages of 40s, 50s, 60s. There's a tremendous suicide rate going on there. A lot of people are depressed, and we're just trying to help people even through this. So there are shows on there that have to deal with mental health issues, inspiration shows. Then, of course, we have the sports division, which I'm a part of. It's about 4 or 5 of us. There are 4 or 5 shows. They're just something that can possibly take the mind off people. I'm going to play a commercial for you guys, and maybe that'll explain it a little bit better. And then I'll come back, and then we'll close out the show. Y'all check this out.
Not wait any longer. Men are in need of community, brotherhood, and a place to call home. The time is now, and that place is NGBN TV. Powered by men just like you, dedicated to launching a one-of-a-kind streaming TV network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Our goal is to inspire, entertain, celebrate, educate, and support men. The NGBN TV sneak peek is launching January 29th. We need you on this journey with us. Ad rates at NGBN TV will never be this low again. So join our movement on ngbn.tv and contact us today. NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 29th.
And so the reach is that if you have a Roku account, if you have an Apple TV account, if you have an Amazon account, you'll be able to can see me live on those stations if you want to. I believe that you will be able to comment from there if you want to watch it from there. So your comments will be seen by me as you roll them in. And they'll be able to be shared here, I believe. So wherever you watch it from, you'll be able to talk. So you just heard part of the mission. Watched yesterday's show to get a little bit more in depth with that. But we're on the mission. It's just not for me. And I want to say that because women are depressed too. Women commit suicide too. And maybe some of these shows, we have women and men who are part of the network that have joined. So, that was the vision of Mr. Ian Hill, who's the CEO and the founder of the show, of the network. But what you can do it's really for everybody. We can just save lives. That's one reason why I joined. I didn't need to join another network. I had a following and I had numbers and all that kind of stuff. But the mission is the only reason why I joined, because of my show can help somebody from. If I could just take their mind away for an hour and a half, I'm excited about it. So that's why I'm here on this channel. All right. I appreciate y'all. Listen, I will be with you guys right after the game. Maybe about 20, 30 minutes after the game tomorrow. We'll do the post-game show, win, lose, or draw. John says, speaking of the Lakers, you think they're going to make a trade for anything before the deadline? The answer to that is yes, because LeBron James' team always make a trade. It always happens. What we got now is not going to get it done. We know whatever they do may not get it done. It's going to take something to beat the Nuggets 4 games out of 7. If the Phoenix Suns are healthy, it's going to take something to beat them 4 games out of 7. If the Clippers are healthy, which is a big if, it's going to take a lot to beat them 4 out of 7. When you go to the East, Celtics are tough. Milwaukee is going to be something to deal with when it's all said and done. Philadelphia is something. Miami is always sneaking in there and causing problems. It's going to take something to beat some of these teams 4 out of 7. And what the roster that we have now, I don't see us really coming out of that. Now, it's going to take a lot to beat the Lakers 4 out of 7, too. That's what teams found out last year when it wasn't really predicted for them to really, make a gigantic move, but they ended up in the Western Conference Finals. They just ran into a buzzsaw, which were the Denver Nuggets. But the Lakers, it's hard to beat a LeBron James team 4 out of 7. I ain't talking about no one game. 4 out of 7. It's going to be hard. But I don't think we're good enough right now. All right. See there, y'all making me show my versatility there. I like that. Just off the fly. So tomorrow afternoon, right after the game, I'll be with you. I hope, and I'm happy when I come on here. And trust me, if we lose, tomorrow may be one of my most highly rated shows ever, because the haters gonna come at me. So, and if we win, they'll be quiet, they'll be lurking, but they're waiting. Trust me, they're waiting. The Cowboys did. They dispelled that November, December. Yes, they always put on. Well, it's November. The Cowboys can't win. We shut all that down. Then they changed the goalpost. Well, it's December. The Cowboys can't win. We shut that down. And they moved to go. Well, we'll see what they do in January. You got to win in January. So here we go. Here we go. There is no tomorrow. Here we go. Shane says, and that's very interesting. And I think that's a show by itself. And it will be. Shane says, if we lose, McCarthy is gone. That is a whole 2-hour show by itself, because that you got to look at it from all the different angles before you really come to that conclusion. But Shane, John already agrees with you. And then you got this ghost that has showed up all of a sudden that they're already talking about, and that is the ghost of one Mr. Bill Belichick that's hanging. And I believe Mr. Belichick is waiting to see the whole landfill fill up with these open jobs before he really makes a decision. Because let's be honest, when you say Belichick, he will have his choice of jobs. I believe he will be first on everybody's list unless you got a real young team. If you got a real young team, probably he won't go there. But a team that's kind of need the next level, and there's a few of them that's out there. Those are the jobs that he's gonna wait for. I think you got a little validity what you're saying, Shane. And I believe, the biggest shadow is Bill Belichick. Because you know what he's going to bring to the table. You know his resume. You know what happens when he has a quarterback and when he has a pretty good team. Another thing is with it's a lot to handle with that. I'm serious. Because see, if you fire McCarthy, you also lose your offensive coordinator. That's a lot to lose, especially after the year that Dak had. And Bill Belichick, for instance, is not an offensive coordinator, not an offensive real guru. His thing is defense. See, Belichick would love to come to our defense and take over that. I mean, who wouldn't? Especially when you bring Diggs back into the picture. I mean, Lord, Belichick would love that. But if you fire McCarthy, you're not just firing your head coach. You're firing your offensive coordinator off a year that your quarterback had, no question, his best season ever, and all pro season. So it's a lot of different factors there. That's going to that exactly. And then when you start to Greg, exactly right. Then you're also talking about a guy and who's a dominating type figure. Y'all know Jerry Jones don't want no guy like that. Jerry Jones want puppets. And I'm not saying Coach McCarthy is, but Coach McCarthy was in a unique position because he ain't coached in a long time and he wanted the job. So he's starting to stand a little bit stronger. But at that time when he got hired, Mike McCarthy wanted the job. Bill Belichick ain't no pushover. Y'all know that. That ain't the type. The formula is any strong-willed coach. That is the one that Jerry Jones have always had problems with. David Johnson, Bill Parcells. He don't like that. He don't like sharing the spotlight. And y'all know that. So I even though I'm the one that said that. Yeah, Joe, I think that's the answer right there. Just to be honest with you. That is really, to me, that's the answer. Still lose your offensive coordinator. I don't know who. Schottenheimer is there. Schottenheimer is the offensive coordinator. He's heavily involved. That might be something that you may think about. But Dan Quinn is loved by this team, and you don't want Dan Quinn to go. That's why Jerry Jones paid him a whole lot of money to stay. Well, here we are again in the same situation. Teams are calling Dan Quinn's name for their possible thing, and I've already said in my mind that sooner or later Dan Quinn wants to be a head coach again. And then all of a sudden, here comes the Seattle job that done came open. And that's where he started. You know what I'm saying? That's his home. That's where he won Super Bowl. And I could see him wanting to go back maybe to Seattle. I can see that. Because they have pretty good defense there. So you know that. I'm just saying, it's going to take something for Dan Quinn sooner or later to stay. And if Mike McCarthy wins a couple of these games, then we ain't talking about nothing anyway. And I don't know. That's another whole show in itself. We'll talk about that, Shane. I may have to squeeze that in even if we win. I might have to squeeze that in. All right. Yeah. There's a lot of factors. Joe just brought up another big one. And I've heard Parsons say that. He say he want to stay with Queen. I've heard him say that. So you don't want to piss off your number one guy. Don't want to do that. Old former Cowboy Dalton Schultz just scored touchdown in the playoff game there. So there's a lot of factors when y'all say McCarthy will be gone. I'm not so quite sure if we lose tomorrow. See, good coaches don't grow on trees. They don't. They don't. And no matter what everybody say, he didn't win the big one and all that. What you can't negate is that he won 12 games for the last 3 seasons. I don't think it's too many organizations that can say they won 36 games over the last 3 seasons. You have to win games in the regular season to get to the playoffs. So you can't just dismiss that. 12-5. In other words, he's built a culture in Dallas. We were begging just to make the playoffs consistently a few years ago. This man has taken us, other than the year that Dak broke his ankle. I mean, he's a double-digit win coach. I mean, you got to be careful. And like I said, the most important thing is if you fire him, you lose 2 jobs in one man. You lose your head coaching job, your head coach, and your offensive coordinator. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot. I mean, Dak got to learn another hose, unless you keep Schottenheimer. As that's a lot, man. You don't want Dak to learn another system. You don't want Dak to learn another system. You don't want that. So it's a lot there. I know the frustration will be all in Dallas if we lose. Now, my pastor's on here saying you may beat Detroit if you play it again, but you not beat the Rams. We'll whoop the Rams. We'll whoop Detroit. We got to come to Dallas. We ain't worried about them. We all know what Stafford going to be. We know you get him dancing in the pocket. We'll take care of him. We already beat him this year. Was that this year or last year? We already beat Detroit by hook or by crook, however way you want to call it. They can't stop us. They better have a great game offensively. All they want to say, they can't stop us. But first things first. Ain't no sense in me talking about them. We got to take care of the Green Bay Packers first. That's the first thing that we need to take care of. We'll worry about everybody else when we get there. We got to take care of Green Bay first. Take care of Green Bay, then we'll move on. All right. I'm done. Appreciate y'all. I'll be with you right after the game, maybe 30 minutes or so after the game. We will see you then. Right after that, win, lose, or draw, I'll be here. And trust me, if we lose tomorrow, look out. All the Cowboy people that have been waiting for them to lose, they will be here too. I won't have to worry about it when we win, though. Again, last thing, go and, if you don't mind, go to that corner there. Download that to your phone. For those that did not hear on yesterday, I did sign with a national deal by the NGBN TV network and highly has national sponsors already. The Super Bowl credential. A lot of my cohorts will be at the Super Bowl. I don't know if I will be as a credentialed media person for the Super Bowl. We're also the official channel for the National Scouting Combine that's coming up. And for those of you that have businesses that you want to advertise through my show on the network, we're being seen in 87% of North America. I'll be on Roku TV, Amazon, Apple TV as well. So we're in the millions reach. You want to get with me, go to my email, thebigtimeshow3@gmail.com. If you feel in your heart that you want to sponsor, become a sponsor of my show, of course I accept that as well. We can talk about everything. Terry says after the victory tomorrow. Thanks for the super chat there. But the Big Time Show has done it. We're national now. I'm happy about it. I'm excited. I'm just having fun, and look what God has done. So the show has went to another level. Hope you guys continue to ride with me. I'll be putting posts up to give a little bit more detail or opportunities to where you can sponsor the show if you want, or if you want to advertise. Be looking out for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably about 30 minutes after the game. I can't wait. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. See, it's not being braggadocious, but God has blessed my effort from the pandemic. This show was birthed in the pandemic. I was just having fun. I still am. Just talking Cowboys. I have a job. I'm not doing this full time. But sometimes I guess, it gets in front of the right people. And you never know who's watching. And you hit the right eyes and had conversations with the powers that be. And they want my show on the network. Hey, here we are. So it's nothing but God, no doubt about it. We'll see. Do that favor for me, NGBN TV. Download it to your phone, smart TV. The launch of the network will be on the 29th. My show will be the first one live on there. It will be there. If you want to know about the show, about the network, again, go back to my show from yesterday as I made my special announcement for more in depth of what it is. We're trying to save lives. Trying to put a dent into depression. Trying to put a dent with men that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Trying to put a dent into the suicide rates. And my show does not mind at all being a part of something like that. If my show can just help somebody get their mind off things, I'm all for it. And that's why I joined. One for numbers and views and all that kind of stuff. I already had it. I'm really trying to help people. So that's what I'm all about. So I appreciate you guys. We'll see you tomorrow right after the game. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the one and the only. This is the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Time Show. Hit that like button for me as you leave. We out of here. See you tomorrow.